2019 hasn't even properly started yet. That does not, however, keep us from already looking at the next year. 2020 promises to be yet another exciting year for movie enthusiasts. This is why we will now present you our top 20 list of our most anticipated blockbusters for 2020. But please be aware that you should always take details like release dates with a grain of salt, since they can always be changed throughout the year. Other than that, let's kick off our list.
You wanna get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Bad Boys for Life. In 1995, viewers all around the globe were first introduced to the on-screen chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence when they were chasing criminals as Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett. In 2003, Michael Bay gave us a sequel to his buddy cop action comedy with Bad Boys 2. But ever since their second adventure, we rarely heard anything regarding our favorite cop duo. But next year, 25 years after the original, a third film will hit theaters. Michael Bay will, however, not be involved with the project anymore. We are hoping for intense action sequences and good comedy nonetheless. Both Lawrence and Smith are set to reprise their respective roles.
Now back up, put the gun down, and give me a pack of tropical fruit bubblicious.
James Bond 25. At first, it was announced that Trainspotting director Danny Boyle would helm the 25th Bond movie. His vision for the film did not sit right with the producers, though. This is why Cary Fukunaga, the mastermind behind True Detective, will now direct the film. Bond 25 could very much be Daniel Craig's final 007 adventure, which is why it seems very interesting that it will tie in with Casino Royale. We are eager to see what the agent with the license to kill has in store for us for his anniversary.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Bloodshot. Vin Diesel intends to do so much more than playing Groot in the MCU. This is why he will now dedicate himself to a new superhero project. A project that has nothing to do with Marvel or DC. In the upcoming Sony-produced film, Vin Diesel is set to portray Raymond Garrison, aka Bloodshot, a former soldier who has the ability to regenerate and change his appearance, all thanks to nanotechnology inside his blood. Vin Diesel playing a superhero who gets to say more than just his famous 3 words? Seems interesting.
I live for this shit.
Fast and Furious 9. Speaking of Vin Diesel, the crazy adventures of his fellow drivers will be continued in 2020 as well. Dom and his family will do incredible stuff once more. Stuff that requires you to definitely suspend disbelief. Because with these guys, it's never grounded in reality. Dwayne Johnson won't be joining the team this time around though. He seems to be on his very own path with spin-offs like Hobbs and Shaw. It is, however, possible that he may return for a 10th film, with or without The Rock. Cars will be flying and the action is going to be insane once more.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Godzilla vs. Kong. Spoiler alert, Godzilla will more than likely survive the clash that will unfold in Godzilla King of the Monsters. After all, who but our favorite lizard would be worthy of that title? And we must not forget that a Godzilla vs. Kong film is definitely coming. In it, we will witness the ultimate clash between Godzilla and Kong from 2017's Skull Island. Who will win? Who will be stronger? We are definitely looking forward to the ultimate monster mash. And on a very positive note, it can't possibly be any worse than the 1962 version, where Godzilla took on this flea-ridden monstrosity pretending to be King Kong. Maleficent 2. In 2014, Angelina Jolie turned into the wicked fairy godmother and showed us all that there are 2 sides to every story. Pirates of the Caribbean 5 director Joachim Roning will helm the 2020 sequel, which will see the return of many familiar characters from Part 1. The movie will continue to explore the relationship between Maleficent and Princess Aurora. Joining the cast will be none other than Michelle Pfeiffer, who will portray Queen Ingrid.
Well, well.
Wonder Woman 1984. After fighting in World War I, Diana Prince will now be dropped into the turmoils of the Cold War. In Wonder Woman 1984, the Amazon will meet her arch-nemesis Cheetah. Patty Jenkins will once again direct the film. Gal Gadot will reprise her role, and Kristen Wiig will portray newcomer Cheetah, who will cause a lot of trouble. The first Wonder Woman was a fun action-adventure, and since the crew behind and in front of the camera is set to return, we have high hopes for this one.
Is there anything else you want to show me?
Ghostbusters 3. Not too much has been revealed when it comes to the upcoming 2020 Ghostbusters film. Jason Reitman will continue his father's Ivan Reitman's work by directing the film. The movie's intended to be a direct sequel to Ghostbusters 2 from 1989, which is why we are hoping to see our OG Ghostbusters in action once more. We already know who we're gonna call next year.
Hello, Ghostbusters.
Top Gun 2. In 1986, Tom Cruise turned into the badass fighter pilot Maverick in Tony Scott's Top Gun. The movie is an 80s cult classic due to its great action sequences, its iconic soundtrack, and, well, its Tom Cruise. In 2020, a sequel called Top Gun Maverick will hit theaters. In it, Cruise reprises his role as Maverick and will act as a mentor figure for his best friend's son, while simultaneously having to deal with some unmanned drones. A similar concept already worked well for the Creed films, in which Rocky Balboa became the mentor. We would like to see Cruise succeed as well. The film will probably feature some amazing action sequences again.
Yes, sir.
Avatar 2. Are they finally coming or not? After his huge hit, Avatar, James Cameron constantly discussed the possibility of sequels. But after so many years, a lot of fans simply gave up on that dream. But now it's finally happening. Avatar 2 will be released in December 2020. The film will probably blow us all away once more with its stunning visuals. We sat down with producer John Lando, who teased new cultures and world building.
So in the sequels, we will go to vast new environs that deliver on the promise that the first movie created. But while going there, we'll also meet different cultures.
Fantastic Beasts Part 3. A total of 5 films involving beast lover Newt Scamander are scheduled. We already had the pleasure of seeing 2 of these adventures ourselves. The Crimes of Grindelwald gave the titular character, whose hunger for power puts humanity itself at risk, some solid character development. But some exciting questions remained unanswered. We want at least some sort of resolution with Part 3. In any case, magic enthusiasts can look forward to another entry within the Potterverse.
I think that might have been the best rabbit of my life.
Birds of Prey. Wonder Woman won't be the only leading lady to make a return to the DCU. Margot Robbie, aka Harley Quinn, will swing her hammer once more, and this time without the support of her entire Suicide Squad. Instead, she will become part of the Birds of Prey, an all-female group of superheroes who join forces with Harley Quinn to take on the sinister Black Mask. The latter will be portrayed by none other than Ewan McGregor. We are eager to see how the new additions will leave their mark in the DCU.
Come on, let's go.
Mulan. Disney continues to turn its iconic cartoon classics into live-action feature films. This time, they're taking on Mulan. New Zealand director Niki Caro will helm the remake. The story of Mulan, who pretends to be a man in order to join the army, was first told by Disney in 1998. Fans of the songs of the original might be disappointed though, because this version won't be a musical.
I think it's time we took this war into our own hands.
Minions 2. Love him or hate him, one has to admit that the little yellow fellas have become pop culture icons. 2015 marked their very first standalone film, and the movie was a massive success. It almost made $1 billion at the box office, making it one of the most successful animated feature films of all time. Therefore, it was only logical that a sequel would follow, and 2020 will be the release date. The Minions will be part of endless shenanigans again.
Minions assemble!
Sherlock Holmes 3. In 2009, Guy Ritchie turned Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law into Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. The master detective and his loyal friend returned for a sequel in 2011. But ever since that time, it's been awfully quiet when it comes to Mr. Holmes. After all, Robert Downey Jr. has been pretty busy leading the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Nonetheless, a 2020 sequel is happening, with both Downey Jr. and Law returning.
Oh, how I've missed you, Holmes.
Have you?
Marvel Cinematic Universe. A year without Marvel? Unthinkable. This year's Avengers Endgame will mark the finale of a huge saga that was developed throughout 3 phases within the MCU. But that does not mean the end for Marvel in general. 3 undisclosed movies are scheduled for 2020. One will arrive in May, one in July, and the final one in November. But as mentioned before, we do not know which films they are yet.
Surprise!
Onward. Pixar is also returning with another film in 2020. After the release of Toy Story 4 in 2019, the highly successful animation studio will bring us another original story. Onward takes place in a world of elves and trolls. In the film, two elf brothers are looking for magic. This is Pixar we're talking about, and therefore we are expecting quite a bit. The voice cast alone seems impressive. We got Spider-Man aka Tom Holland and Star-Lord aka Chris Pratt, just to name a few.
Who? Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw.
The Conjuring Part 3. When he's not busy bringing Aquaman to the big screen, James Wan tends to scare the living shit out of us with his Conjuring movies. After the first two adventures of ghost hunter couple Ed and Lorraine Warren, another case will hit the big screens in 2020. Originally, there was an idea which involved werewolves, but instead, The Conjuring 3 will take the traditional route and focus on an evil demon once more. Unfortunately, James Wan won't helm the film this time around. We are excited nonetheless. After all, the previous two films were shockingly good. Ghostbusters beware, you got some competition with this couple.
There's a demonic presence in that house.
Venom 2. Tom Hardy became Eddie Brock in 2018, who then, thanks to a symbiote, turned into Venom. The fans seem to love this film. After all, it made over $800 million at the box office. It seems like we're getting a sequel in 2020, and in it we should expect to see carnage. And this character definitely deserves an R rating.
We are Venom.
Dune. Denis Villeneuve pleases viewers with every single one of his films. Now he wants to take on a very ambitious project, Frank Herbert's Dune. Whether or not the film will be released in 2020 has yet to be confirmed, but it seems more than likely. We are expecting great sci-fi entertainment when it comes to Villeneuve. The cast alone seems incredible. Timothée Chalamet is set to play the lead character. The supporting cast consists of Oscar Isaac, Dave Bautista, Zendaya, and Stellan Skarsgård.
And when it arrives, it will shake the universe.
There you have it, our list is complete. Which movie are you looking forward to the most? Let us know in the comment section below. And for more original content, check out these videos.